So, meine Damen und Herren, herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Folge Tower of Fantasy. Gestern Patch 2.2 rausgekommen. Hier noch alles abklicken. Schwupp. So, ab zu Mirafleur. Die Hauptstory geht nämlich weiter. Und da werden wir heute auf jeden Fall weitermachen. So, Alice haben wir schon gezogen gestern. Das war sehr, sehr nett. Und haben uns C1 gekauft mit 120 Ziehungen. Und mehr brauchen wir auch nicht. Das ist auf jeden Fall eine sehr geile Fortbewegung. Lamelle. So, in unserem eigenen Apartment.
Is something bothering you, Shirley? Miss Lynn has been filling me in on exactly what's going on with Dr. Rubilia these past few days. It looks like Miss Lyra and her colleagues might have found a way to rouse the doctor. Her neural activity is increasing every day. But we're all a bit worried about what form exactly our reunion will take when the good doctor wakes. These concerns have prompted Archon Larson to transfer the doctor to the Silver Coast Research Station. What do you think? Do you think Dr. Rubilia will be back to her old self? Or something other than human?
I don't think the process has stripped Dr. Rubilia of her human capacity for reason and thinking. Her actions seem to have a clear purpose. Like how she sent a message to Lynn using the puppet singer. Or how she made contact with Ruby in a dream to try to transmit a message to Miroria. And when she bravely ventured alone into the abyss, she also left us with invaluable visual records in her lab and along the way. I think she must have prepared for the possibility that those who might come after her, like us, would need guidance. She must know what she's doing.
Think of the sacrifices she's made to understand these gray space entities, and how horrible it must be to keep at arm's length, treated as something potentially dangerous and inhuman. I can't help feeling that we have not done right by her.
It's a tough situation, but when she made these decisions, she must have had an inkling of what might happen.
I just hope everything she's done will turn out worthwhile in the end.
Executor, Miss Shirley, apologies for the intrusion.
What is it, Lyra?
I just picked up a message from the Silver Coast Research Station. Dr. Rubilia has awoken and revealed some very important information for all of us. Lynn is already on her way there, and I wanted to ask you to come with me to help assess the situation.
Understood. We'll leave at once.
Ich gebe ja so richtig den Ton an, Leute. Ich gebe ja so richtig den Ton an. Stand da öffnen? Schon geiler Fernseher, ne? Definitiv geiler Fernseher. Ich bin eine Libelle. Also Fortbewegung von Alice, der Hammer. Mal gerade gucken, wie die Quest hier heißt. Ja, okay, jetzt zur Silberküste ist klar. Doch, Sogwirkung. Der Zustand der Doktorin haben wir gerade gemacht. Jetzt gehen wir zur Silberküste. Sogwirkung, okay. So, wenn wir alle einzelnen Quests davon quasi Das ist schwierig. Ich finde es schwierig. Wir könnten höchstens ein YouTube-Video machen, wo wir kategorisieren können. Aber auch das ist nicht so. Wir nehmen einfach Sogwirkung als YouTube-Titel. Denke ich mal. Was mache ich denn hier? Schreckensbestie. Bin ja komplett falsch. Ich habe mich schon gerade gewundert. Irgendwas ist doch da falsch. Irgendwie fahre ich doch falsch oder so. Hm. Komm wieder runter. Oh, die Mia ist so goldig.
The doctor was only able to rouse herself briefly, which allowed for a short interaction with us. Then she returned to her isolation pod. She released some kind of black fog that has obscured all our attempts to observe what's going on inside the pod. Subsequent attempts at communication have met with no reply.
I see. And so what did she tell you?
She said that large numbers of gray space entities have been summoned by the Hive Mother and are heading for the deep ocean near Innis, where there are some things they are very interested in.
What's this Hive Mother? A gray space entity that's higher up the chain of command?
I'm afraid a definitive answer may require the doctor's input. Our main concern right now lies in Innis. The doctor has already warned us numerous times that the second city is in extreme danger. That is, if we are to trust her words. Archon Larson has already put patrols near Innis on high alert, but recently we haven't received any reports of a gray space entity intrusion, which is perhaps even more disconcerting than if we had. It's possible the gray space entities have found a way to cloak their arrival via an as-yet undetected method. My next question would be, what exactly is attracting them to the area? Director Ava, did Rubilia say anything more detailed in regard to Innis?
No, and I'm afraid she did not appear to be in the best state of mind. She claimed to be suffering under the effects of the Hive Mother's will, and that she was not able to interact much at all with us as a result. Moreover, she soon disappeared back into the black fog I mentioned. Stasis chamber data anomaly. Miss Lin, the doctor said...
I can hear you.
Rubilia.
But the Hive Mother can hear you too.
Das wird voll deep.
Where is the Hive Mother?
In my head, whatever I see, whatever I hear, she hears and sees. And I can't escape her, even in this pod.
She can sense your surroundings somehow? Using your eyes?
Any gray space entity can become the eyes and ears of the Hive Mother if she so chooses. Nor can I do anything to resist her will. I know that when she looks at me, right now, when the bulk of her attention is still focused on the Innis artifact under the sea, I can maybe conceal a little bit of what I'm thinking from her.
What is this artifact under the sea that Innes possesses?
I don't know. I can't fully comprehend the will of the Hive Mother. All I know is she's calling me, and the call is getting stronger and stronger. She needs all of her millions of children to go and release her.
Release her?
The Hive Mother herself is currently imprisoned within a cage of black stone. But the power of the cage is gradually weakening. And when finally that cage is broken, the Hive Mother will reemerge fully into our world.
A cage of black stone? Could it be deep under the sea at Innes?
I can't get any kind of accurate sense of the Hive Mother's current location. Perhaps there is a pocket of abnormal space, like the confounding abyss near Innes.
It's difficult to imagine what kind of person could have the power to cage the Hive Mother. But I suspect the Blackstone ruins left in the confounding abyss may be their handiwork as well.
I don't know much about that. I have no access to the minds of those powerful abyssins. But as for the inferior, younger gray space entities, they do not have the ancient memories of the Hive Mother, nor seek to continue her ancient grievances. I'm still trying to establish closer contact with them, and some kind of rapport. But I feel like the closer I get, the less human I become. I just don't know if I can. If I can.
Rubilia?
The stasis chamber's readout has returned to normal. Her consciousness is fading.
Listen carefully. She is keeping a close eye on me. I have to retreat back into the fog. She can use all my senses for her own purposes. Only the fog blocks her vision. Innes, you have to stop her.
If what the doctor just said is true, then I'm afraid the entire region may not be the friendly human habitat we imagined. I will inform Hykros headquarters of what has transpired here and request urgent reinforcements. We will have to prepare for the worst.
It doesn't look like the doctor is capable of many conversations in her present state, Archon Larson. But she must know even more than what she's managed to reveal.
Yes, we'll have to see whether we can minimize or cut off the Hive Mother's influence. It might help to stabilize her. Lyra, can I leave that to you? Dr. Clive will provide all the necessary resources.
Yes, sir.
For the time being, Dr. Rubilia will have to remain confined within her pod. We can't risk bringing her back to Meroria at this stage. Director Eva, an executor team led by Captain Merrill will help you shore up the research station's defenses.
Captain Merrill.
Yes, sir.
As for Inners, Lynn, can you organize a team to investigate? And if necessary, we may need to stagger an evacuation of Inners' population to Meroria.
Understood.
Time is against us. I suggest using the long-range space rift located within the station to reach Innes directly.
And as for Rubilia, she's in your hands.
Don't worry, Miss Lynn. We'll look after her.
Very well. Executor, Shirley, let's go.
Executor. Let's go. Ich will runter.
Sorry for delaying your important mission, Lynn.
Is the space rift out of action?
It seems so. Strange. It was working just fine 5 minutes ago. Then, when I was running some basic system checks, suddenly, I couldn't locate the space rift beacon in Innes.
And why could that be?
Well, we're running diagnostics to see if the machine is malfunctioning, But it could be a problem with the relay station or inner zone space rift. Yes, hello? Did you manage to get in touch with the technician in Inners? Oh, what's that? Then... and Outpost 10? Okay, got it. Bad news. Something's happened to Outpost 10. We've lost contact with it. And where is Outpost 10?
In the ring-shaped river valley not too far away. Outpost 10 is responsible for servicing our telecommunications and space rift networks with Innis. A problem of this magnitude with Outpost 10, I don't think it's a coincidence. I suspect the outpost may well have already come under Gray Space Entity's attack. Shelley, please inform...
Okay, understood.
Oh yeah. Let's go. Ach so, hier oben geht's ja direkt weiter. Das Gebiet ist ja quasi direkt daneben dran. Die müssen wir mitnehmen. Wir haben da damit noch ein paar von. Ich hatte über 90 gestern, ne?
Any news?
I've been trying to make contact with the outpost for a while, but there's no response.
Could it just be a problem with the outpost's
If it was just an equipment malfunction, the outpost would have already gotten someone to inform us. But we've heard nothing from them. But if the place had indeed come under Gray Space Entity's attack, the executor there would have notified headquarters right away. We have...
Unless what?
Unless the outpost's defenders were taken out so quickly that they did...
But no ordinary Gray Space Entity is capable of taking out an entire outpost's executor team, and... Tianlong, which executor is currently on duty there?
I think her name is... Umi? Relatively new. I have only met her a couple of times.
Let's go. We need to get to the...
Let's go. Hallo, dann sind wir wieder hier. Muss ich für den Daily noch besiegen. Dankeschön. So. Selbstverständlich haben wir natürlich hier auch ganz viele Sachen noch nicht erkundet. Wir nehmen das, was wir sehen, nehmen wir mit. Okay, Leute? Ist Pflicht. So. Wir brauchen allerdings ein Erkunderteam. Oder eine Feuerwaffe eher. Also, wir machen hier mal hier. Immer keine Feuerwaffe dabei, ne? Wechseln. So. Und so. Muss nur rechtzeitig nochmal zurückwechseln. Dann machen auch keine großen Umschweife. Das war einer, ne? Da hinten ist der andere. Will ich den jetzt treffen? Okay, getroffen. So, das ist Nummer 3. Da hinten ist 4. Kann man machen, ne? Wir nehmen nur, was direkt auf dem Weg liegt.
Stay sharp, everybody. I'm detecting gray space entity activity nearby.
So the outpost really was attacked.
So. Falsche Waffen. Falsche Waffen müssen jetzt aber erstmal halten. Wo ist denn, was ist denn die richtige? 1 ist falsch, 2 ist auch falsch. 3 wäre richtig. Ne, wir machen 1 die richtige. Wir machen hier das hin, da das hin, da das hin. So. Okay, ich muss ganz nach oben. Ach du lieber Gott. Jetzt drehe ich aber richtig am Rad.
Wow, that's insane!
Okay, das ist ein bisschen weird, dass die lächelt.
Officer Lin, District 7 Executor in Training Umi reporting.
So you're Umi?
Yes, Officer Lin.
Just call me Lin. What happened to your outpost? Meroria has been unable to get in touch.
I've just returned myself. I was ordered to hunt down several gray space entities en route to attack the outpost when I intercepted their distress signal. I hurried back immediately.
Proper procedure requires that you immediately relay news of the attack on the outpost to headquarters. Leaving your post like that was not your call to make.
I'm sorry, madam. Lin?
And what of your colleagues at the outpost?
I don't know. On my way back, I was soon ambushed by enemies. And after that, I encountered you. I'm detecting faint signs of life in one of the lower areas, as well as signs of gray space entity activity.
The outpost should have a built-in safe house for emergencies. Maybe the survivors hid inside.
Right! The safe house is located below. I'll take you there.
Ab in den Keller.
What?
The Hatcher is a special kind of gray space entity only recently discovered. Strange to find them here.
Look! The missing personnel!
Stop looking around. Get rid of the enemies first.
Ah, da war das gerade, ne? Wenn wir mit einer beliebigen Frostwaffe irgendwas einsammeln. Ach so. Nicht irgendwas. Eine Fähigkeit, ne? Also entweder Ulti. Probieren wir es mal mit Ulti. Kommt sie dann auch? Nee, ne? Okay, wenn wir jetzt E drücken, warte mal. Dann ist sie da, ja. Sau cool. So viel AOE-Damage. Wie schnell die den Ulti auflädt. What the fuck? Also wie schnell Alice die Ultis auflädt.
They appear to have simply passed out. No sign of injury or loss of life.
They just passed out? Why would the gray space entities leave survivors? We've never seen anything like that before.
It may be a characteristic unique to Hatchers. What do you think, Umi?
I've never seen one before, so I have no idea. Sorry.
Notify headquarters of what's happened, Tianlong. Ask them to send a crew at once to pick up the injured. Also, Shirley, are you still picking up nearby gray space entity activity?
There are no more stable gray space entity signals nearby. Miss Shirley, you can detect gray space entities? That's extraordinary! It takes us a whole host of complicated machinery to accomplish the same thing. I've asked Shelley to make a few upgrades to my powers. I can't claim to detect them from very far away. Incredible! Do you think that—
Enough chit-chat. We've got a mission to do. Umi, do you think that the outpost's equipment is still in good working order? Headquarters.
I'll have—
Let's also try to collect any clues we can nearby. We may have eliminated all the gray space entities within the outpost, but we still need to figure out exactly how they managed to mount such an effective assault.
Oh no. I wasn't able.
Why? What's wrong?
The signal base station we used to connect to Innes is malfunctioning. And I can't get the auto.
Signal base station. Weren't they built in the miasmic?
Meroria always set up important field equipment like that with defensive force fields. No ordinary gray space entities would have the power to break through that. What concerns me more is that the base station came under attack at the same time as this outpost. In other words, we are not dealing with random events, but a coordinated plan by gray space entities with one clear goal.
Do you really think the gray space entities could. I mean,
Umi, do you really think they're...
what do I think? I'm.
Tianlong.
They've sent a team to take over the site. Archon Larson wants us to go ahead and look into the
In that case, can I volunteer to protect the outpost until they arrive? My colleagues are still unconscious.
No, you're coming with us. You know much more about what to expect in the miasmic swamp. And our highest priority right now is to
Then.
We've already eliminated the local gray space entities, and the team from headquarters should...
In that case, I'll leave the.
Das ist auf jeden Fall eindrucksvoller wie das andere. So. Den nehmen wir wie gesagt mit. Ich habe kein Interesse, 20 Mal dran vorbeizulaufen. Das ist natürlich ein bisschen nervig, dass man jetzt hier immer die Waffen wechseln muss. So, rein in die Sümpfe. Man sieht jetzt schon, dass es hier mehrere Ebenen gibt. Geht mir jetzt schon nicht ab. Weil hier sind 3 Stück. Oder 2. Zumindest das hier müssen wir einsammeln, Leute. Hilft ja nichts. Zumindest alles, was hier in der Höhle ist. Aber hier sind auch Antilopen, ne? Die gab es bis jetzt nur im Mero-Abgrund. Stimmt, die Gegner sind auch vom Bierabgrund hier, ne? So wenig Damage mit den Waffen, aber klar. Die sind ja auch null ausgebildet. So, die hier muss man hauen, wenn die ungefähr da in der Nähe sind. War falsch. Auch. Komm. Lass doch die Spinne in Ruhe. Okay, das ist anscheinend irgendwo über mir. Ah ne, da ist er.
Here we are. It should be just ahead.
Very dense underbrush. Good to see the local ecosystem is thriving.
That is true to an extent, yes. A lot of animal and plant species would consider this something akin to heaven.
I wonder why Miroria never had the idea of setting up a settlement here.
By heaven, I didn't mean one for humans. Notice the thin mist up ahead? That's not water humidity. It's an airborne toxin harmful to humans.
An airborne toxin?
They once established an ecology research station here during the surface recolonization era. The place was home to quite a number of species human scientists had improved through genetic engineering. The gray space entities destroyed the station sometime later, setting the... Most of the species quickly adapted, and indeed soon evolved into something approximating a fairly... Rainfall and high humidity disperse a lot more of the toxin into the air.
Can I ask you how you came to know the history of the area?
Oh, I just heard it in passing from some friends who had been stationed here.
Let's chat about this later. Right now, Umi,
Right. There are 3 signal base stations here. Alert! Gray space entities ahead!
Grauraum-Entitäten. Let's go. Falsche Waffen, Leute. Falsche Waffen. Richtige Waffen.
do you often see gray space entity
We might come across a few wandering gray space entities from time to time.
These are the least of my worries. What we should be concerned with is what...
Oh. There's not going to be some big, powerful monster watching us from the...
Whatever the danger is, that's why we're here. Umi, you're going to have to lead the...
Officer Lin, I suggest we split up for the next
Is that so?
The 3 base stations are located in different parts of the miasmic swamp. Going one by one will take a long time.
But we're not familiar with the terrain here. It could be dangerous if we don't...
True, but we don't have the luxury of time. Right now, our orders are to repair the...
All right.
Then I'll provide everyone with a map of the area.
Umi, how do you think we should...
Me?
You're the local expert.
I would say... Base Stations 1 and 3 aren't Base Station 2 is the furthest. So as the local expert, I think I can lead Shirley and the Executor to...
Oh, hey,
Oh?
mainly because I'm not... I mean...
Shirley and I will handle Base Station 1. Umi, you take the Executor and Tian Long to Base Station 3.
And what if we run into trouble?
You should be able to handle yourself.
Well, when you put it like that, let's go.
Christian, was ist der für ein Lappen? So.
Umi, have you seen anything like this before?
Oh, wow! Cool flowers!
Cool flowers?
Okay, die tun weh.
We're in luck today. I think those flowers only form near an abyssant field.
We're in... luck?
We're asking for trouble. Although, perhaps finding...
How do you know these flowers are
The abyssant is close. I can feel it. Also, I've lost contact with...
Huh?
Careful not to touch those things. I've never sensed an...
safe. At last.
Das ist schon ein sehr angenehmes Fortbewegungsmittel. Waffe von Alice. So. Oh, so viel Text.
Wow. So the Great Space Entities managed to get in here after all.
It's going to be pretty hard for just the three of us to fix damage this extensive.
Oh no.
Abyssins? No. I noticed that the nearby force field generators were not taken down by brute force. But these force field generators can only be controlled from a console at Outpost 10. And special authorization is needed at that.
Tian Long, you mean someone working in the outpost switched off the force field generators?
A working hypothesis. I sincerely doubt gray space entities would have the power to crack a security system that strong. Otherwise...
No. Surely not.
Well, I suppose we can't say anything for sure at this stage. Let's keep...
Da ist der erste. Da ist der erste Punkt. Sind nur so Schatten, ne? Okay.
Whatever you do, don't come into contact with the threads around us. It's a trap.
Zerstör einfach alles. Fertig. Der hält auf jeden Fall mehr aus wie die normale Zufallszahl, ne? Was diese Dinger da genau verursachen, weiß ich aber nicht. Schaden? Oh, geht doch jetzt kaputt.
Umi?
Er hat ordentlich was
Have you
aufgehalten.
seen her?
Umi? Maybe she's hiding somewhere.
Hiding? But we've eliminated the enemies.
She may not necessarily be...
What do you mean?
You haven't noticed that our new friend Umi has been acting a little strange?
Strange? Maybe a little.
So you've also noticed something is slightly amiss with Umi. Well,
She may just be an executor in training, but even so, she would have already undergone rigorous preparation. Failing to immediately report an attack on her outpost and leaving it on her own accord is also, when Lin asked about survivors, Umi should have immediately suggested to check the safe house. She only led us there when Shirley...
exactly. She's been lying to us. At first, I thought that she was just in shock. But it was very curious to me that she checked the outpost's comms. Executors are responsible for protecting others. They aren't trained in how to operate an outpost's comms equipment, or even have the access to it. She must have stolen access keys from those unconscious technicians. What I wonder is, how she managed to learn the system so well. Of course, it's possible that she didn't really check the systems like Lin asked, but I think it's safe to conclude something...
Do you think Miss Lin also noticed...
It's safe to say, yes. Lin is very careful.
Hey, what about Umi? Shouldn't we try to find her?
Don't worry. She will find us when she wants to.
Huh? But won't we...
I've made my fair share of visits to this plant collector's paradise.
Oh? I thought you said...
I was just playing along with Umi. Come on.
Okay. Umi ist eine Verräterin. Offenbarungssamen. Was auch immer ein Offenbarungssamen ist. Das ist ein Offenbarungssamen. Wo kriege ich sowas her? Erstmal alles gelb. Klappt. Drei. Drei. Einer fehlt noch. Da. Und die andere ist über mir irgendwo. Gehen wir jetzt nicht hin. Gebrüter, okay. Scheint ein neues Monster. Okay, was ich damit machen muss, keine Ahnung. Okay, die wollen ja anscheinend nur fressen. Ist das da eigentlich scheißegal, welche Farbe? Nein, Wall of Text können wir nicht lesen.
No signs of Lynn or Shirley yet? Seems
Or perhaps they were.
if that's so, I think they should be able to handle it. It's a shame the equipment here isn't in better condition. It's going to take us several days at least to restore everything.
If we can't fix the base station for several days, do we
Without a space rift, the only way to get there would be the deep-sea tunnels.
deep sea tunnels?
Yes, a primitive access way established during the founding of the second city for the transportation of materials, equipment, and personnel. There's an entrance to the tunnels quite close to here. Just over there.
Is that
Let's go and see what's happened.
See what's happened. Klar, ich habe da unten den Schrei da oben gehört. Mhm. Logisch. Okay, ich muss hier weg. Und wie soll man da runterkommen?
Miss Lynn? Miss Lynn, help me!
can't lie to us anymore.
When did you figure it out?
Almost right away. You're a poor actress.
Okay. Wer ist sie denn? Ja, Mugant. Okay, die ist anscheinend der neue Weltboss. Oder einer der neuen Weltbosse. Die sieht cool aus. Macht halt so gut wie gar keinen Damage, ne? Aber fast schon stehen bleiben. Hey. Kommen wir nicht raus. Das ist auf jeden Fall cool, der Bossfight. Okay, ich muss ein bisschen aufpassen, sonst killt die mich wirklich noch. Oh, das ist natürlich geil mit Meryl. Weil dann kommt sie alle Menschen nicht mehr raus. Besiegt.
She's unconscious, but alive.
Just like the other members of...
Yes. That gray space entity.
These parasitic gray space entities represent a whole new threat to humanity. They're clearly much...
What should we do about this muddy one? Eliminate it?
We'll bring it back. It's an extremely valuable specimen.
I'd rather...
What about Umi? The gray space entity has...
I think that...
Ow! Umi? You're... Huh? Who are... Officer Lin! District 7 Executor in Training Umi report...
Just call me Lin. Umi...
The last thing I remember is...
Training?
No! I was on patrol.
So, she doesn't remember. Actually, a gray space entity had taken control of her body. Caused us no small inconvenience, by the way.
Huh?
There's no need to intimidate her. She's just as much a victim of the gray space entities as any other members of the outpost. And I'm sure they need a thorough medical check. We should head back.
Huh? But what about this mess here? And shouldn't we be heading to the tunnels to go to Innis?
Headquarters can send someone and fix up the outpost. In terms of the tunnels, they haven't been used for quite some time. It's hard to say if they're even...
All right then, as you say.
Die macht sich auf den Weg zur Silberküste zur Planung. Die parasitäre Grauräumentität wird im Labor übergeben. Oh je.
You've brought back a very valuable specimen. A new kind of parasitic gray space entity we've never...
Apart from Umi herself, I think it's likely other members of Outpost 10 also fell under the gray space entity's control.
Okay, I'll arrange it. But unfortunately, our current technology has no way of identifying if someone was under control of one of these parasitic gray...
Parasites can hide themselves well within their host. When Umi was parasitized, I couldn't detect any gray space entity signals inside her body.
Perhaps we can have Dr. Rubilia take a look at them?
Right. Rubilia might be able to identify controlled individuals quickly. My main concern is that there may be more insidious, longer...
I understand. I'm sure that Umi and her colleagues are not the first humans to come under parasitic control. Our best bet right now is to keep the whole affair as low... Archon Larson has already ordered an urgent investigation into this new species of gray space entity. But determining its exact capabilities and what other effects it may have could be a lengthy process. You can leave those questions with us, Lin. Archon Larson has another mission for you.
He wants us to go to Innis through the tunnels?
Yes, right now whatever is happening to Innis is our highest priority. Since the miasmic swamp base stations are out of... But the tunnel network is a real labyrinth. And we can't discount the possibility of gray space entities or other dangerous creatures...
I can guide you.
Wer ist er denn?
I'm
Ah, Icarus.
Operation Codename Mook.
Wie sieht er denn aus?
Mr. Icarus.
Lyra, Lynn.
Icarus, you're back?
Yes. Archon Elric asked me to assist as soon as he heard of the issues surrounding Vera. And you are the Executor and Miss Shirley, correct? Greetings. I'm Icarus. Operation Codename Mook.
Mook.
You're the leader of the Mook squad?
Yes.
Icarus and his squad had been posted to Innis for quite some time.
Ist
though
Icarus
we've never had the
weiblich?
opportunity to meet until now.
And I'm afraid I'd be stuck in NS too if I hadn't been ordered back to District 9.
You don't seem too worried about Innis's situation.
Shiro had detected an anomalous change in the ocean environment several days ago. So we'd asked Archon Fiona to make preparations before this incident developed. I'm confident that NS will remain safe, even...
Icarus, You were just saying you could guide us? So,
Archon Fiona once showed me the blueprints of the entire tunnel network, and I also carried out a few simple exploration missions there in the past.
Alright then. I'll leave re-establishing contact with Innes to you, Lynn, the Executor, and Shirley. Archon Larson needs Tian Long to stay in Meroria.
Okay, then we should go as...
Okay. Das war die aktuelle Story, Leute. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Das war's aber dann von dieser Folge, Leute. Und wir sehen uns dann in der nächsten Folge. Und dann werden wir die Story von Alice und Samir und wer nicht noch alles machen. Danke fürs Zuschauen. Danke fürs Mitmachen. Wir sehen uns im nächsten Video. Haut rein und ciao.